Hello, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Hello, microphone check 1 2. Hello, microphone check 1 2 1 2 3. Hello, microphone check 1 2. Hello, microphone. Hello, welcome to Zero Day Media Live on Facebook and YouTube, and welcome to the special sports edition today once more as we bring you Afcon 2025 semi-final between two of Africa's greatest footballing side. Today, the first semi-final will play now between Egypt and Senegal, and between Egypt and Senegal, they both have good, outstanding records against each other and on record, pardon me, on record, Egypt is likely the favorite for now. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but on records also, Egypt has won the Afcon more than any African nation, as you may correctly know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is on record. So today we they come analyze and talk about then two great football inside Yaso, and we don't get the national anthem today. Is an early start because I think it's a semi-final and people are out and ready to get on with it and move the crowd going. As you can see, understand, we have the president of CAF, and we also have other dignitaries understand watching this particular match today. And as you can see, I'm in my Sierra Leone personal jersey, and this is going to be one of the toughest semi-finals ever we don't play. This is a repeat final of Afcon 2023 in Cameroon, and again, it was an electrifying final between Egypt and Senegal. And we see how dreadful that final was. Went all the way down to penalty shoots, and we see what happened with the penalty shootout. So today, we might not have a repeat of that, except otherwise, but I think the match have just started, and it started off with Senegal playing from the right on my screen, and Egypt is defending from the left on my screen. Well, this game gets forget tension. We don't know how much of the tension get for this particular match, but on records, these two teams have played each other and they don't try very hard for overcome one another. But like I say, it's going to be a very interesting match. It's a repeat of the final in Cameroon, and we want to see exactly what in therefore will be the outcome of this particular match today. As you can see on the scoreboard, I have a scoreboard today on the screen, so we keep everything on track so that we get the right amount of thing they say, and then we get the right source of discussion what they get now today. I might be able to call one or two friends around who are possibly going to make their own meaningful contributions and make sure say they're able to talk about what they know on these two great teams. So far, so good. This is also another history being made. You get four African coaches where they coach the four last teams that are actually going for the Nations Cup semi-final and likely the final. So we're going to see who is going to be the luckiest among these two teams today, but we're also going to see who may have played better but not been the luckiest side. So we don't see how these two teams don't come up from the beginning of the group stages right up to where they are right now. And I think it is remarkable for Mekuno for say they have been able to book their space in this particular semi-final of the African Nations Cup 2025 where they take place inside Morocco. Well, that's not just the opening, and I would like for gets to people that really watch that now. If you can watch, if you're watching, please send in your comments and then send in your questions or suggestions. If you have opportunity to watch it online, try the various different YouTube channels. Then They might be lucky to watch it, but you might be lucky to watch it on various different channels they're reading online. So I will not tell you any, but I will just make sure say I give you the basic platforms them, so which you can try yourself and see how best you be able to watch the match whilst I'm running commentary and making things a little bit easy for you. Because some channels they really run the show, the game there anyway. Now foreign channels they really speak that Arabic or French, and we know we are Anglophones and we definitely know the French. Although some people in the French from Sierra Leone, some in the Tokam, but again, you can hear it from me, and I'll be able to run the commentary for let yourself enjoy and feel like for say you are part of this. Well, we have Mendy on goal, and Mendy has been one of the most profound goalkeeper in Africa over the past couple of years, but that has slightly changed. He doesn't seem to be one of the greatest goalkeepers we Africa don't produce for this season and last season because he moved away from England. We in the south side we don't get in best career while he was playing for Chelsea. So now we yet to see the Egyptian goalkeeper also is a very renowned goalkeeper, and we see what's happen during the Afcon 2023 in Cameroon. We even get some injury at the initial start of the tournament, and then he was worked out, and we have a replacement. But Egypt has always proven to have good quality goalkeepers anyway, and the person we can replace him was an exceptional goalkeeper. He took them all the way to the final with massive penalty saves during the knockout stages and even during the preliminary stages they were in the for qualified. So on records, we are going to see exactly what in these two teams get for do with each other as the ball they play right now inside the Egyptian half cleared out again by the Egyptians and back in the legs of the Senegalese players who have made a U-turn and now on the attack. This game is not going to be easy because there is going to be clash of the Titans wherein you have Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. But Senegal have produced more players so far in this tournament. They've got young players as well, and they've got players who I saw at the last tournament in Ivory Coast, and some of them are still here again today, and they have proven to the team why they should be here. So welcome once more if you're watching. You're watching Sharajan Media live on YouTube and Facebook, and this is not just a commentary run by myself. Like I said, 4 minutes of the first half gone, and we're yet to see any spectacular games or any spectacular events or activities on the pitch. But so far, Egypt is now taking a throw by Honey. We get a throw down to, oh, that's a bad clearance, and it's still inside the Egyptian box, headed down by the Senegalese player. And a nice one too. Senegal is in control of the midfield as much as I know so far within the past 4 minutes where the game doesn't start. I haven't seen any kind of physical attack on the Egyptian side against the Senegal team. Now that's a nice one too, and a foul is being awarded. Just and a yellow card. This is early. Just about 5 minutes of the first half, Egypt don't begin receive a yellow card. So this game is not going to be an easy match at all. Well, it would be nice to see an all-out West African final. Again, that's my own selfish reason why I'm saying that. But also, it would be nice to see, well, it would not be nice to see an all-out Arab final. I would say not African final, no. But it'd be nice to see an all-out West African final. But let's see what's going to be the outcome of this. Because these are the 4 best teams in this tournament so far. And that is why they're here. And based on records and based on the fact that they have played all these other stage group matches, them in unfairness now the semi-final of the African Nations Cup 2025, it means they are the 4 best teams right now in the tournament. 2 of them are going to step out from today, and then the other 2 eventually will play for the final. The other 2 will step out, will play for 3rd place, hopefully by Friday, and then of course Saturday or Sunday you get the final between the 2 teams them where they make way for go to the final on today's match. That's a nice attack. Again, headed out by the Egyptian. Senegal still have a corner to deal with, and they're still having the second corner taken by Mane. 6 minutes gone of the first half. Like I say, the Egyptian goalkeeper is possibly one of the best in Africa right now, and he has proven to be. Funny enough, you have a couple of Senegalese players who are extremely huge and tall, and they are ready for this match. They are totally and entirely ready for this match today. So we're going to see what will be the outcome of this second corner being taken by Senegal. Just 6 minutes gone. Not Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane has gone into the box. There's another player taking the corner kick right now. And the goalkeeper and a few more other Players are scrambling in the 6-yard box, and the referee is there to caution them to make sure that peace will reign within the 6-yard box of the Egyptian goal post. Referee is keeping a key eye on what is happening in that 6-yard box, and the corner is about to be taken in no time. Yes, we're now watching for the corner to be taken, and we're waiting anxiously to see what will be the outcome. Corner is taken, driven out, and then back in for a wide shot that goes over the post, and it is a goal kick in favor of Egypt. Egypt are not going to take any chances on this particular match because they know for sure whoever scores the first goal is going to be on top of it, and the other is not going to sit back and allow any more equalizer or anything extra to happen. Egyptian captain is there, Mo Salah, and you have the Senegalese captain as well. So basically, what is happening right now is just, this is basic football for now. You haven't seen any tension yet. But the kind of way how the game they run, I not even imagine the last match I watched, how fast that game they run before the first half done, before the second half they just come to an end, and the scoreline remained the same. That was that was Egypt against Ivory Coast. That was not an easy match to watch because again they expect them two teams to perform very well, but Ivory Coast sleep and they win, then get early goals against them in the first half, and then also get another early goals against them in the second half, and they were not able to recover from that at all. So Senegal is not going to take any of those chances right now because these are teams that don't want to be beaten by the same nation twice. Both Egypt and both Ivory Coast and Senegal be beaten. No, not by Egypt. So they are definitely not going to allow that to happen today. Egypt is now in possession, loses back again to Senegal in the midfield, and Senegal is holding on to the ball, knocking it around, and creates more confidence within the match for being able to have more ball possession. So far, so good. It remains to be an all-out Senegal attack. This is the first time the ball is coming into Mendy's feet for clearance all the way into the Egyptian half, and it goes to the goalkeeper who picks it up slightly and slowly and conveniently holding it to the ball and throw it back on the floor for the beginning of the match, starting from the Egyptian defenders. They're knocking it around once more. That's a long pass all the way down to the right flank where there is no Egyptian player, only a Senegalese defender who holds on to the ball and relax in a way and give a short pass to Mendy. Mendy just clears it out again once more, all the way into the midfield. Oh, that's a missed pass by the Senegalese midfielder. And back again, Egypt in possession. That's a nice 1-2. And that's another nice 1-2. And Senegal defended it very well. So far, so good. It's just 10 minutes gone for the first half, and we are yet to see any spectacular performance on both sides. But Senegal has been in control so far. Now Egypt is taking charge, and they are now in ball possession for the past 2 minutes. And we hope it doesn't remain to be the same, as they have ball possession for quite some time. They feel very comfortable to drive into the Senegalese half, and will not, well, I will not say we, but Senegal should not allow them to do that at all. I thought I feel like person as Salon they play. But I joke. I know this is alone a for Blue Nations Cup. I was asking the last time, when is Sierra Leone going to qualify? Nobody gave me an answer for that. But maybe sometimes somebody will answer me today. Well, thank you very much. If you're watching, please share if you can, and please send in your comments and suggestions or prediction of the match. What do you think will be the prediction of today's match between Senegal and Egypt? If you can predict the right score, maybe something will be prize. So try and see if you're able to send me prediction results for this particular match. If you do, then cool, no problem. We will see how best we can send you a prize for being the winner of the prediction of this particular match. So thank you very much once more if you're watching. I want to say thank you to all those that are online right now. And please, please, please don't forget to send in your comments, suggestions, and any question that you may want. Now the stands are full. Unfortunately, Zidane don't go back home with Team Pekin, and Algeria lost, so definitely Zidane has to go back home because it's not an easy sight for you to watch your own son playing for your home country in his first African Cup of Nations. And I think it's a remarkable moment for him and his dad, because his dad is one of Africa's best players, and one of the world's best player that we might think of in their own era. Now Egypt is on the attack. They're holding on to the ball in the right flank of the Senegalese defense. They did a nice 1-2 with Mo Salah. Mo Salah is still holding on to the ball and lost it to a Senegalese defender who throws his hands up in the air. Like, get up and play. This is no child's play. This is the semi-final of the African Nations Cup. No foul, referee gave it to play. And then now into the hands of the Senegalese player. Nice 1-2 on the corner. Are they going to be able to hold on to it? Is a throw in favor of Senegal. This game has so much tension right now. Both sides are not taking any chances, and they're doing everything possible in their own power to make sure that they are in front. Senegal is holding on to the ball once more. That's a long pass all the way down to, and kicked outside by the Egyptian wingback. Now a throw is to be taken. The throw is to be taken by a Senegalese player. An interesting match, but not yet exciting, but it is very much interesting so far. That's a double throw again once more. Mane in the corner, and Hani is defending very well so far, whilst Diouf is taking the throw. Back again to Mane, and it looks like a foul, but Mane is complaining, and the referee is not saying nothing about it. It's just been, get on with it. That's a throw to Senegal, drives it all the way into their own half, all the way back to Mane, the goalkeeper. And Egypt are not giving Mane any chance to hold on to the ball for any good reason other than putting them under pressure. That's a nice 1-2, and that should be a foul. Definitely that should be a foul against Egypt. This game is tense. The tension in this game is extremely high, and so far with a look at it, Senegal has been in more possession than Egypt, and I don't think Egypt feels very comfortable so far in this match. That was a definite block by the Egyptian player. Very nice scenery of the stadium from the outside. It looks like a globe with so many different kind of signs and designs, concepts that are very nice to watch and see. The Arabs are very good at shapes, so the stadiums are well designed, and you don't want to miss it. Unfortunately, I missed it this year. I'm not in Morocco for so many reasons, but guess what? I'm doing the best I can to give you the best of what we normally do. So on records right now, if you look at the amount of times that Senegal has played against against Egypt is remarkable. But let me go on two things first of all, and then see what will be the outcome of those two things that I want to touch on right now. Senegal is on the attack again once more, defended by Egypt. Senegal in possession once more, and the possession, like I said earlier on, that's a pass cleared out by the Egyptian defense. It's 53% in average for ball possession in favor of Senegal, and Senegal again in possession. That's a nice cross all the way back to the back post and could not be put down by Mane. Yes, he did. He just mistangled his legs, and the ball goes out for a throw in favor of Egypt. So an interesting half, a very interesting half so far, and we are yet to see what will be the outcome of this interesting half so far. Well, the second match for today, another yellow card being issued again to who? As the Senegalese captain. It's a shame. The referee is not taking any chances in this particular match today. He's looking at everything that is happening and making sure that nobody gets away with any silly mistakes or foul or anything else. So far so good. It's 0-0. 16 minutes gone. 16 minutes of the first half gone, and it's 0-0. There's a bit of confusion right now on the pitch. The referee has issued a yellow card to Koulibaly, who is the captain of Senegal, and they're still debating and arguing about it. So yes, there is going to be a lot of drama on the pitch today, and we expect to be seeing more dramas later on in this evening's match between the host nation against West Africa's greatest footballing side, Nigeria. So on record so far, Senegal has played 6 games against Egypt, 3 at home, 3 away. So Senegal has managed to score many goals against Egypt in the past anyway. I don't know whether all of these games are penalty shootout, but it looks like on records, Senegal has always been scoring goals against Egypt. 17 minutes gone, that was a foul being issued in favor of Senegal right inside their 18-yard box and to be taken by the goalkeeper Mendy. Mendy is taking his time to take the free kick, the goal kick. Don't know the reason why it's taking so long, whether the referee is holding on to something or something. Yep, the referee has signaled the kick to be taken, and Mendy had a long shot all the way into the right corner of the Egyptian defense and defended well by the Egypt. And back again in the lines of, oh, that's a nice try. That's a brilliant first attempt. And it goes off for a goal kick in favor of Egypt. That's a brilliant attempt, but it wasn't driven properly. The ball rises up to a level and it goes over the goal post. So far, so good. The match unfolding is okay so far, but Senegal has been in total dominance of the first 20 minutes of the match as we're now approaching the first 20 minutes. I would say 60% of the ball possession has been awarded to Senegal, and I will give 40 to maybe Egypt. Apart from that, it's an interesting match so far. Koulibaly is on the floor. What may have happened? Has he picked up an injury? This is like a bad sign for Senegal, a very bad sign for Senegal. It's growing. That's very serious. Senegal cannot afford to pick up injury like this at this particular time of the match, and especially to Koulibaly, who is their team's captain. I don't think that looks like a good sign. That does not look like a good sign for a player to sit on the pitch while the match is on play, and there is a big call for attention to him. You now have a Senegalese player on the touchline warming up, possibly likely to be replaced for Koulibaly. Oh, that's a grind. He overstretched it. Definitely, I don't think he'll be able to carry on. For him to sit on the pitch and call for attention, it means it is something very serious. Let's go back to Sierra Leone once more. Is he going to be able to make it? Koulibaly? Is he going to be able to make it? I'm not sure. Is he going to be able to make it? Is a throw being awarded to Senegal, but I think he's going to give it away as a nice gesture for sportsmanship. Yeah, Senegal is in possession still. Koulibaly is still on the pitch. I don't know whether he's going to take it on for too long, or he's just possibly going to resist on the pitch until the first half ends, as we have played just 21 minutes away from the first half, and we're yet to see any spectacular stuff to happen in this decisive match between Egypt and Senegal. It's like a repeat of the finals 2023 in Cameroon. That was an interesting match. Oh, Koulibaly is on the pitch again for the second time now. I don't really think he's going to be able to further this match. Yep. The coach is a very confused man right now. He doesn't even know what to do. He's not sure of what is going to happen next, as Koulibaly has gone on the pitch again twice. So basically he's going to be stretched out, and this is not a good sign for Senegal at all. This is not a good sign for Senegal at all. So there's going to be an instant replacement for Koulibaly, as he's going to be stretched out of the pitch to be replaced by another player who was just about warming up before Koulibaly goes back down again for the second time. This is a rather unfortunate situation for him, and he has handed over the captain band to another young Senegalese player who is going to take control of the pitch as from now on. Koulibaly is walking off the pitch slowly. He doesn't want to be stretched out, and he feels so disappointed that he's not going to be able to make the rest of this semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations that is taking place in Morocco as we speak. There's been an instant replacement. A young, fine gentleman just jogging to the pitch, not even thinking of being on the sub bench to be played, but definitely he is on the pitch now, replacing Koulibaly, the captain of Senegal, that has picked up a groin injury and is not going to be able to further continue this match. Well, like I said, the African Nations Cup has been dramatic so far. We've seen a couple of highlights of some of the matches that have been played. We've seen some remarkable performance by some of the Central African Republican countries. We've seen some spectacular elements of support fan base. Of course, one of the favorite highlights of the tournament so far was the statue, the human statue, the live human statue of Patrice Lumumba, who was representing Congo in the stands. And he has created his own mark. And apparently I understood that they want to give him £2,000 per match, or $2,000 per match if he stayed and strike his pose on the remaining matches that is left to be played at the Afcon. But he decided to go home, and he says if, as long as Congo is not playing, he will have to go home because his dedication was only for Congo. I mean, none of the countries will be able to understand that, but I think as a supporter, you don't want to do things for money. You want to be a die-hearted supporter who wants to be in a position to support your country when needed most, and that is exactly what that brilliant young man did for Congo. He puts Congo on the map on this particular tournament, and he made everybody who doesn't know much about Lumumba gets to know who Patrice Lumumba was. One of Africa's greatest, who was brutally murdered by the CIA and the French. And that is history to be told, and that history is a remarkable history for Africans to know. That's a cross into the 18-yard box of the Egyptian goal and headed out by the Egyptian defender. Like I said, this game has been one-sided so far. Senegal has been in full ball possession on statistics, and on goal attempt they've got one, and it goes off target. But so far so good. Nothing much is happening on the other side of the pitch. It's like Senegal is on a holiday, and that's a nice defensive defend by the Senegalese player, and it goes out for a throw in favor of Senegal. Senegal has dominated the first half so far. It will be nice for them to secure a goal before we come to the end of this first half, as we've just played 26 minutes gone so far, and we're now waiting to see what will be the outcome of the remaining time left for the first half. Senegal is holding on to the ball line in the midfield with their central defender driving it very strong to Mane. Mane is holding on to ball. You pass it on to another Senegalese midfielder. Senegal is on the attack right now to the right flank. Beat one. And a cross. And another cross. And defended well. Senegal again in possession. Senegal is doing extremely well so far. And Egypt is just been defending and rely on no counter attack because the ball is still inside the half of the Egyptian team. That's a nice one too. And again, lost it for a goal kick in favor of Egypt. The Senegalese team is doing extremely well right now, and they are not taking any chances at all, and they're doing very well to attack, but they haven't been hitting the target at all. So they should do better. To do well is fine, but you have to do better. To do better is better than just doing well, and to do better than better is to secure yourself a goal before the end of the first half. 27 minutes of the first half gone, and that's a long goal kick by the Egyptian goalkeeper, and defended it well inside the center line of both sides. So if you're watching Shower Game Media live on YouTube and Facebook, and you're watching the semi-final commentary done by myself between Senegal and Egypt. So basically, Senegal have got 2 shots on goal, none on target, and Egypt hasn't got no shots on goal yet. Like I said, this seems like a one-sided match, but you don't rule out Egypt. They might be very slow in building onto their defense or their attack, but they can be very lethal. Now Senegal in possession once more, lost it in the midfield to the Egyptian, who are now on the attack. Will Senegal defend well? Now Egypt in possession, trying to stretch Senegal out of their 18-yard box. And that's a long pass to the right flank. And the Senegalese wing back is there, and it's a cross, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. So if you're watching, please send in your comments and suggestions and questions if you have any, and prediction of the match between Senegal and Egypt, as we're still watching. 29 minutes of the first half gone, and we're still waiting for another 15 minutes to go to see what will be the outcome of this particular match. If you can see on the scoreboard, it's 0-0. Senegal is on the green and Egypt is on the red. On my scoreboard, it's just there. So thank you very much once again. If you're just joining us, you're watching Sierra Gem Media live on YouTube and Facebook, and you're watching our football live commentary done by myself. And I might be calling a few friends later on if I can. And Senegal was possibly looking forward for a foul, and the referee says play on. Senegal has won it again in the midfield. Like I said, there has been in total dominance of this match so far. Nicely picked up by Senegalese defense. They are knocking it around comfortably. They are more relaxed on this match. They don't seem to be in any hurry at all. They're just doing the best they can. Pardon me. So if you're watching once more, please send in your comments and suggestions. And don't forget to let me know about your prediction. That's Mane again on the left. Senegal is in. That's a nice drive straight into the hands of the Egyptian goalkeeper. As we officially have 30 minutes gone of the first half, 15 more minutes to go, and Senegal has taken 3 shots, 2 goes on target, and 1 goes off target. That's a slight deflection, but the ball was slower down before it gets into the hands of the goalkeeper. If I don't know, forgive me. Got a long day, a long night, and a long morning. That's a nice pass into Sadio Mane, and it goes out for, is it a goal kick, a corner kick? Yes, I think it's been given. It looks like a corner has been given. I'm not too sure. No, it hasn't been given. Yes, the corner has been given. Oh, that's another shot on target. but it goes straight into the hands of the Egyptian goalkeeper. Senegal are trying very hard to pull it off, but it's been challenging and difficult for them to break through into the Egyptian defense. The ball back goes into the feet of the Senegalese right back. Still holding on to it. Not sure what to do with the ball. In between the Senegalese defense, they're knocking it around conveniently. They're making sure the Egyptians are not getting any access to the ball at all. And Senegal is driving it very deep into the Egyptian half. As you can know, football not so easy to know. Somebody they talk the talk, but you know they walk the walk. And then two countries they are so. And obviously anyone panning through they talk the talk, we know they walk the walk. That's a nice one too. That's nicely defended by Egypt. Still in possession. Defended very well again by Senegal. No foul given. Referee says play on. Play on, referee says. Senegal still in ball possession. They've been in control of this match since the whistle go. Conveniently knocking the ball around again once more, like they have done so far in the match. 33 minutes gone. Only 12 more minutes to go for the first half to be officially finished, apart from extra time being added. That's a long pass into the legs of Sadio Mane. He puts it down and he crosses into the 18-yard box and picks up by the Egyptian goalkeeper. That's a slight deflection by the Egyptian. Sadio Mane's career ended up at Liverpool, and he now plays in the Saudi League. That's a nice pass, but blocked by Senegalese defender. And this match is very interesting, but we're yet to see any threats on each goal. Now Egypt is in possession. Is a foul being awarded in favor of Senegal. The Egyptians are threatening the referee with the decisions that the referee has made so far. You have the likes of Mo Salah and few more other players putting the referee under pressure for the decisions that he's making against them. And that should likely be a foul. Then they call kick and whip. Where he bars the ball, you get the other foot now they playing too. That didn't act. Well, Christmas done, New Year done starts. We don't go into almost the second week of January. Can somebody tell me about the Sierra Leone football and see how Salon football they go so far? So Senegal in possession again once more. Just like how they're not in possession for almost the entire period of the match. 10 more official minutes left to go for the first half to be officially finished. And Senegal has been in full control of the match so far, but they haven't been able to secure themselves a goal. Egypt is doing very well in defense. Will Senegal do the same against them? That's a question mark. The ball is being knocked around gently by the Senegalese defense. And the midfielders, that's a nice cross. Oh. Unfortunately for Senegal, they lost it to Egypt, who is now in control of the ball. They pass it along to the midfielder, and they lost it again for the second time in 2 minutes. When Senegal lose the ball, it doesn't take them long to get the ball back, but when Senegal are in the ball control, It takes well over 3 to 5 minutes before Egypt is able to gain possession, and that possession will only last for like few seconds or maximum a limit. I mean maximum a minute. So as we still see, Senegal is in control, and they've been in full control so far within the first 20 minutes and half an hour of the match. That's a nice cross, and it goes out for a corner kick in favor of Senegal. That's a nice defensive play by Egypt. Senegalese players are jeering the crowd to scream, make some noise, and do everything possible for them to secure the first goal, which hasn't come yet at all. So another Senegalese corner just been taken all the way to the head of an Egyptian, who clears it out for Senegal to start all over again. And then another cross, and that cross may go out. No, it's still in play. Yep, that's a foul. Like I said, if you have any comments and suggestions, please send it on the chat, so I'll be able to read it out or seek some answers. So far, so good. The match is on. 38 minutes of the first half gone. It's only officially 8 more minutes left of the first half to end. That's a long cut by the Egyptian goalkeeper. This is the first time in 5 or 10 minutes Egypt is actually penetrating the ball into the half of the Senegalese team. And their coach is not taking any chances. He's still coaching on the line, telling players what to do and what not to do. Egypt in control, halfway into the Senegalese defense, and lost it to Senegal again. Wow, that's a bad tackle by the Egyptian. And that foul is against Sadio Mane. Mo Salah keeps complaining to the referee. Okay, there's a mix up there right now. The Senegalese coach and the Egyptian coach are arguing. They're having a bitter argument because one or two of the coaches want to cross over to the other side of the Senegalese side, and then the coaches are actually having a feud. Like I said, this is a very interesting match with these two nations. And the Senegalese coach is calming the players down. So like, calm down, cool, chill. We've got a long way to go. 5 more minutes of the official time to be played for. And that's a foul against Sadio Mane by Mo Salah. Just grab a quick drink. My drink bottle is big, so I hope you're not gonna mind me. Very massively big. But I'm really gonna hide it from you guys. I'm not gonna let you see it all. Alright, thank you guys. There's a huge amount of controversy on the pitch right now. Diarra has been yellow carded. I don't know what for. And that's a Senegalese player. Or is it for arguing with the referee? I don't know. But we'll find out very soon why was he issued a yellow card. 41 minutes of the first half gone, and there's still a player on the pitch. An Egyptian player on the pitch. Okay, it was this foul. But I can't see what the foul is. That's a nice one too. Nice decoy by the Senegalese player. The two coaches are desperate at the moment, and they seems to be a little bit worried about what is happening on the pitch, as the referee's decision has not gone on their favor on both sides. The two coaches are complaining about so many things right now, and they've just got an agreement to say, let's move on and let's play the game. That's what is important right now. Let's play the game. So if you're joining us once more, thank you very much for watching. And it's about 43 minutes of the first half gone, and we are about to see the end of this first half, but not long from now. I don't know how much extra time is going to be added to it. And that's a nice pass all the way down to Sadio Mane, and he crosses it out, but the ball has already gone out for a goal kick before he manages to do so. Current Senegalese coach is Pape Thier, who took over the permanent position of the coach in December 2024. Following some serious issues with caretaker, manager, and assistant. He's also a former Senegalese forward and led the team to victory in the 2023 African Nations Champions. So that's a very young player that just possibly has finished. Now Egypt is on the attack for the first time, and Senegal has defended very well. And clears into the legs of the Egyptian players, and Senegal has won it back again once more for a throw in favor of Egypt. So we've seen the likes of African coaches that are doing very well right now in this Nations Cup, and they are all African-based coaches. Now Egypt is waiting to take a free kick, and Mendy is preparing his defenders to be able to block Mo Salah's free kick. So what is going to be the outcome of this? Oops, goes out for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. And the current coach for Egypt, his name is Hussam Hassan, a legendary former player for Egypt who took over the role in early 2024. And he is leading the Pharaohs in the ongoing Cup of African Nations as we are watching it right now. So the Senegalese captain Koulibaly has been taken off just about the 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the first half gone and being replaced. And now you only have about a minute. Officially 45 minutes is finished, and there's an extra injury time of 4 minutes. So it's going to be 4 minutes that is going to be added to the first half. of the African Cup of Nations semi-final between Egypt and Senegal. A very interesting match so far, and we're yet to see any goals. Although Senegal have got 3 shots on target, but they haven't been able to threaten the Egyptian goalkeeper in any way. Egypt hasn't got a shot on target yet since the entire first half is almost nearly finished. And we hope to see the outcome of what is going to take place when the second half resumes shortly. So it's 47 minutes gone, 2 more minutes to play for in the official part of this first half between Egypt and Senegal. So far, Senegal has been in full control of the match, and they have dominated every element of this match so far. So if you're watching us, you're watching Senegal Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, as we only have a couple of more minutes, maybe 1 or 2 or 1.5 of the first half to be officially finished by the officiating referee. Yep. So just a minute left to go for the first half to be officially finished. And the ball comes back all the way into the chest of the Senegalese player, and a foul is being awarded to Senegal in the midfield. Senegal in possession once more, right in front of the 18-yard box of Egypt, and cleared away for a corner kick in favor of Egypt. This is possibly the 5th or 6th corner of Senegal so far, and Egypt are yet to make any shots on target, not even a shot on goal, since the beginning of the first half. So far, so good. What? What's the referee has done now? The referee ends the first half, even though Senegal is about to take their corner, and the referee decided not to allow it to happen because the first half of the match is officially over, plus 4 minutes extra time being added to it. If you're watching right now, you're watching Senegal Media Live, but we're taking a quick break, and then we come back when the second half resumes. So stay tuned and keep watching. Hello, hello once more, and welcome back. Welcome back again to the semi-final between Senegal and Egypt. And the first half is over, and the statistics for the first half is very much interesting. As we can see, um, the ball possession that we have on the pitch today has been very much different. The difference is vast. So we have 70% of possession by Senegal and 30 by Egypt. And then shots on targets, Egypt actually had 0 and Senegal had 2 shots on targets. And passes completed, Senegal has done extremely well, 239, 26 balls received or recovered, 6 crosses, 3 corner kicks, 5 fouls committed, and 1 offside, 2 yellow cards, and Egypt has conceived 1 yellow card and Senegal 2, and no red cards so far. So as we speak, currently the goal line is 0-0, and Senegal is yet to score a goal, and Egypt has defended very well. But the way things are going right now, it looks like Egypt are a little bit struggling within this match, and maybe, just about maybe, they will be able to regain momentum back again when they get to the second half. But for now, they are struggling a little bit, and we're yet to see any spectacular that is going to happen between these two nations. Like I said earlier on, between Egypt and Senegal, they were the finalists, and yes, it has been very interesting for those two nations. So thank you once more. Interestingly, the second half haven't started yet. Hopefully, the second half will start in about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But as we say earlier on, Egypt not don't play much in this particular match. They don't try. They don't defend very well, and they don't make sure say they stop Senegal, even though not 2 just shots, or I would say 3 maximum shots on target, where Senegal don't get in this entire match. But they've dominated the first half with 72% of ball possession, and like I said, half of the game, or possibly 70% of the game, has been played inside the Egyptian half. But you need to rule out Egypt for anything, because you can't take them for granted in this particular match. Because the way how things are, you go to feel say something Egypt not going to play very well. They have to rely on counter. They might not have any shots on target, but maybe, just about maybe, the first shot they're going to have on target will be the killer shot. We could take them to the final. But we don't want that to happen, because currently, as we speak, we possibly want to see an out and out 2 West African nation going into the final of the Afcon in Morocco. But if that happens, it will be a great result for us. And if that doesn't happen, we might not want to see an out and out North African final, which will be between Egypt and Morocco. And we all know what will be the outcome of that. But if we have 2 West African countries again in the final, we all know what may be the outcome of that match. It will not be, well, I will not say it will not be a good thing to see, but I think we'll have an over full stadium if we have Egypt and Senegal. I mean, Egypt and Morocco in the final. It will be a clash of the titans, and for those two, it will be one of the most difficult things that you might want to see when it comes to African football. So we are hoping that doesn't happen, but if it does happen, what do we do? Nothing. But it would be very nice to see an out and out West African final for the first time, maybe in an Arab country, which will be something that will be exciting to watch. Well, you might not have a crowd because maybe the Moroccans will not turn up, but I think Africans will turn up, because Senegal and Nigeria, or it can be either Nigeria or Senegal, those 2 countries can turn up in numbers, because Nigeria have a huge fan base for football, and they travel all the way to Nigeria. It's not too far, but they can make their way to Morocco like a click of your finger. Of course, Senegalese travel a lot as well, and I've got a huge amount of fan base also in Europe and possibly alongside the North African countries. So it will be a very interesting match to watch. But let's see what happens, because the second half hasn't started yet. Hopefully, it will start anytime soon, and we will see exactly what will be the outcome. Sorry, you see me bringing in the banner for the match. Again, it's a specific reason why I'm doing that, but I hope you don't mind, because the match is yet about to start, and when the second half starts officially, we will go back to run the commentary. But like I said earlier on, then two countries also don't fit for too long, especially Senegal and Egypt. I remember at the Afcon in Cameroon 2023, it was not an easy sight to watch these two nations go into the final of the African Cup of Nations. So if you see what they have done in the past against each other, you will be amazed to actually think of how they've been arch rivals. And on that day, you have the likes of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, who were the two last players to take the final penalty shootouts. Salah missed his one, and Mane buried his own. And that was the defining moment that Senegal lifted the trophy once more under the reign of one of their oldest serving manager. But today is going to be maybe not a penalty shootout again. If it does be a penalty shootout, then it will be a repeat maybe of Cameroon. So let's see what happens, because again, at the end of the day, we want to be very certain. When I say very certain between the two decisive nations that are going to go into the final of the African Cup of Nations. As we all know, Senegal has done it several times. They've got good records. And as we all know, Egypt has the most outstanding record in African football. And we don't want to take things for granted, but as we look at the records as they stand, Senegal has done extremely well, and Egypt has done extremely well as well. So now let's go on record. Like I said, these two nations have a very good and strong, outstanding records on both sides. But if we check the table, total matches played between these two nations so far, head-to-head overall draw will be 7 match, 3 of each. Senegal has won 3, Egypt has won 3, and there has been 1 draw between the two. When it comes to total score, you have 14 goals in total, 7-7 each as well. And then when it comes to home stadiums, Senegal has won 2, and away, Senegal has won 1 away and 2 home. On the other side, Egypt has won 3 away and had a draw at home to Senegal. On CAF, it's 2-1. Senegal has won 2 and Egypt 1. On World Cup qualifier, it's 1-1 each. They both won 1 games each against each other. So on head-to-head records, on full-time play, Egypt is leading by 4 points and Senegal 2. So I think they are almost the same in terms of their records on both sides. But what is interesting to know is the fact that they have been arch rivals for a long time, and we cannot say Senegal is better than Egypt, but Egypt has a good record on paper, but Senegal has produced possibly more prolific players in the past 10 or 15 years when it comes to African football. I mean, players that have dominated European clubs, players that have done extremely well in possibly Afcon or world football. So if you want to compare those two on records in terms of players or production, I mean players that they have produced to play in Premiership football or European or Italian or Spanish football, I think Senegal will take the lead on that because Senegal has produced more players that have outstanding records in European football than the Egyptians. But when you look at records for countries that have won the Afcon, I think Egypt is on top of that over Senegal. So the second half is yet to start, and we might have it anytime soon. But so far, so good. The record that stands is the fact that these two nations are playing against each other, not back to back, but within a gap of an Afcon. They were in the finals in Cameroon, and now they were in the semi-finals in Morocco. And this is not for the first time. So basically, we're yet to see the opening of the second half, and we will take a quick break again and come back and join you guys when we get to the second half of the semi-final, the first semi-final between Senegal and Egypt that is taking place right now in Morocco, and the scoreline is 0-0. Stay watching and please send in your questions and suggestions once more if you have them, so I'll be able to discuss some of your concerns and some of your questions that you may want to ask. Thank you very much and stay tuned. We'll be back in about a few minutes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again. Welcome back to the second half of the African Cup of Nations semi-final right in Morocco as we speak. And the second half have started, and we don't get the first corner where they happen on the second half again by Senegal. Senegal has dominated this match so far, and it's headed out by the Egyptian defenders, and it goes back into the legs of the Senegalese player, a cross right into the 18-yard box, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Egypt. Thank you very much for watching once more, and sorry for the breaks in intervals, and it's not going to happen again, but for sure, you don't want to anticipate anything that will or will not happen. Egypt is chasing this game, and they have done everything possible to maybe keep the goal line as it is, but it has been a struggle for them so far, and Senegal hasn't been able to secure any goal in the first half, and they resume second half just like they end up the first half by putting Egypt under pressure, and we are now waiting for something spectacular that may have happened. We're not sure. No, the game plays on. It's nothing at all. It's just a goal kick in favor of Egypt, and it goes all the way down into the left flank of the Senegalese team and defended away by the Senegalese wing back and pass it on to another wing back. The last hit again in the middle. Senegal is in ball control again like they did in the first half, and they are doing everything possible to make sure that at least they can have a goal within the next 5 minutes of the second half. Is that going to happen? Senegal still in possession. It's not good for them to have full ball possession at the entire end of the match and then lost it to Egypt, either by penalty shootout. We don't want that to happen. And Senegal is in control once more. That's a cross into the 18-yard box and headed out by Egypt. Back again into the feet of the Senegalese player as they're knocking it around now conveniently from one player to the next. Interesting match so far. A very interesting match unfolding, and Senegal has been in full control of the match, and they're doing everything possible in their own corner to make sure that they secure a victory against Egypt for the second time. That's a miss, and that's another cross into the edge of the 18-yard box of the Egyptian half, and Senegal in control. Sadio Mane lost it, and Egypt is in control once more, trying to defend in their own 18-yard box as much as they have done so far in the first half. Senegal in control again from the midfield. They're holding on to it. Beat one, pass it on to another, and then pass it on to the midfielders again as they are in full control. And everything that they're doing right now is to make sure they are managing to secure themselves a goal to book their space in the finals of the African Cup of Nations that is taking place right now in Morocco. Egypt, they lost it again. Egypt hasn't been in full control of this game at all. They've lost every second attempt of the ball, and Senegal has been first to any ball that they lose, either on the midfield, on the side of the Egyptians, on the flanks, or anywhere that you are thinking on the pitch so far. They have been in full control of this match, and they are not taking any chances of any sort at all. They've been in control, and they're still in control, and they're knocking around from the midfield next to one player to the other to the flank. And now with Sadio Mane, is he going to make a cross into the 18-yard box? Yes, he's driving it through. He made a cross and blocked by the Egyptian defender for a corner kick, possibly the fourth one or the fifth corner kick that is going in favor of Senegal in this particular match. Senegal has dominated the match so far, and they've got 73% possession percentage of the first half, and now they are now going into the second half, and it has just been more or less the same, just like the way they finished off in the first half. Another corner being taken by the number 15 wing back for Senegal, and the referee has been asking and dialoguing a lot with the players on both sides, as both teams are complaining about not getting a fair decision against them. And the Egyptian goalkeeper is ready for this corner once more and see what he can do. A short one being taken all the way into the half of the, and drives directly into the keeper's arms. What a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Not a threat at all. Nothing that will make him panic. Nothing that will give Egypt the cause to be raising any concern of any sorts. But like I said earlier on, there is no chance here to be wasting. And Egypt has been defending very well. And as the game unfolds, everything is happening for things to be the way the Senegalese wanted it to be. So far, so good. Senegal is not taking any chances. They're doing everything possible in their own power to make sure that this game is being secured by them. As we all now know, it's about 56 minutes of the match being played, and Senegal still have enough ball possession for them to be able to say this match is under control for them. So far, so good. Senegal has led in ball possession, and they're still leading in possibly every form as we now go into the first 10 minutes of the second half being played, and Senegal is still in ball possession just like the finish of the first half, and no miracle yet has happened. But you don't want the scoreline to be like this, because you know it's going to be very risky for Senegal if they find themselves in a penalty shootout against Egypt, who has not been on the lucky side of penalty shootout against Senegal, when they'll knock into each other on the finals of the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. So please send in your comments and suggestions. As we all know, this match is not going to be an easy one. That's a shot on target, and that's a brilliant save by the Egyptian goalkeeper. So far, so good. It's still 0-0. 58 minutes of the entire match being played, and we are now waiting for a spectacular, another corner again being taken by Senegal, possibly the 5th or 6th corner for the entire 58 minutes that has been played. And this is the third one on the second half of the first semi-final between Egypt and Senegal. I think we've got a Senegalese player on the pitch lying down, maybe another injury, or maybe not. Possibly an elbow by an Egyptian player. I see some of the players giving signs. Yes, that's a body jack. That should possibly be a red card. If they do VAR on that, it is an offense. Bookable offense, possibly a red card offense. The player was not even looking at him when he barged into him, and it was a deliberate act by the Egyptian player. Is the referee going to do anything about it? The referee said that they didn't see it happen, but maybe he's going to consult with the VAR to see whether any decision is going to be made. No decision. Still holding on to the ball. Okay, yes, free kick is going to be taken. The corner kick is going to be taken, and it goes straight into the 18-yard box, headed down by Mane, and struggled by the defenders, and clear out by the Egyptian defenders, and is a counter defended very well by Egypt. And Senegal on the other side also defended very well with Diatta. Diatta is the guy with the funny face with, well, I'm not going to talk to the guy that long much with them other players can you provoke, but yes, that's him. You know, say footballer, they get problems sometimes. If you not get good looks, you get the wall with go there against you. And Gerard has been facing such criticism from other people who possibly don't like him. And he's got a brilliant, pretty looking wife. I've seen a couple of pictures of her on social media platforms. But again, he has been a very significant player on the side of the Senegalese team, and he has done his best on both sides when he featured himself in the African Cup of Nations. I watched them in Ivory Coast in Yamoussoukro when they were playing against Gambia, and that was not an easy match. They dominated the match anyway. I think it came out as a draw between those two nations. They are arch rivals and close neighbors. It was a brilliant match, and that was the time we had a fatal accident on our way back from Yamoussoukro to Abidjan. We had a driver that was doing roughly about 150 miles an hour on a highway that is so straight and well tarred, and the drivers were running like they're crazy. Can you imagine? You're gonna have people in country, you know, Sabine nobody they go get accidents. Hey, that ain't not gonna help with. It's not something you can laugh about, but it was a very serious fatal accident. We have major injuries, but only by the driver and few more people on the front of the coach. Since that day, I said no, I'm not traveling. That's one of Africa's greatest musicians, Afcon, understand. Watching Senegal play, a very nice thing to see. And that's a free kick being taken straight into the arms of the Egyptian goalkeeper. Senegal has dominated this match so far, but we are yet to see them score a goal. They haven't had any threats on targets. Referee wave, play on. Senegal on a position again, lost it to Egypt. Just about losing it again once more. And it goes out for a throw in favor of Senegal. Just few yards away from the Egyptian half. Senegal in possession once more, knocking it around, having a good field of the play, taking full control of the match so far. Spend their time dilly-dallying. That's not necessary. You need to score a goal. This is the semi-final of the African Cup of Nations. If you have chances, you have to bury them. And that's a foul. No, referee say plays on. The referee has been a very significant part of this match so far. It hasn't been given. Salah has gone very quiet, and this is the time for him to perform. No, again, that's a foul against him. That's a foul against him. Salah has yet to perform in this match so far. He's been silenced, and he has been taken care of by the wing back of the Senegalese defense. So far, so good. Mo Salah is struggling to create any impact in this match, because the outcome of the result of this match is going to be very significant to possibly have a tool on what the final is going to be. Are we going to have an all-out West African final or an all-out North African final? That is yet to be proven within the next 30 minutes. No, within the next 27 minutes plus extra time on this significant semi-final between Egypt and Senegal. So far, so good. Senegal is doing extremely well. They've been in full control of the match, and they are doing everything possible for them to secure a goal, and that is yet to come. Egypt has defended very well. They've conceived a couple of corners against them, but not yet to conceive a goal against the former defending champion of the African Nations Cup 2022-2023. Senegal is on the attack once more by Sadio Mane, who is trying everything possible. Yes, the ball has gone out for corner kick or throw decisively by the referee. Yes, it's a throw from the referee's angle. He has issued a throw in favor of Senegal. Senegal is driving it again into the half of the Egyptians, and they've lost it again. Senegal in control once more. Pass it on to the right. What is he going to do? Cross into the box. Yes. Knocking it around conveniently from one post to the other. Is he going to be a drive into the 18-yard box now by the winger on the left? Do I think so? Yes. Not yet. Still holding on to it. Not yet. Pass it into the... Not yet. Is that going to be a strike? Still into the possession of the Senegalese team. What is going to happen now next? 1-2-1-1. Is it a cross into the 18-yard box? Yes, it goes all the way with a swing into the hands of the goalkeeper. Senegal has to do more if they want to get to the final of this tournament. And so far, so good. They're doing good, but not good enough. Not good enough, because with a team like Egypt, they haven't had any chance on goal yet. You don't want them to have an opportunity, and they will bury it. This is not a side that you can mess around with. You don't give them that chance. If you have the chance, it's yourself. You have to take it, but if you don't, you will suffer the consequences. If they have any opportunity of scoring a goal, they will bury it, and they will not take any chance at all. So Egypt is in possession now for the first time into the half of the Senegalese team. This is the first time they've gone that far since the second half have started, and they're coming back all the way into their own half and rebuilding. Now that they're rebuilding, they're now holding on to the ball. A long pass into Mo Salah, into one of the youngest players on the pitch. They're now been able to go maybe a few steps into the Senegalese 18-yard box, and that's a nice tap back. And a foul is possibly going to be awarded to Senegal for that push. So if you're watching, please don't forget to send in your comments and suggestions, because I want to hear them, I want to see them, I want to read them. So the questions I was asking, I also need predictions of the match so far. If you have any, please state. I know there are people watching, and I would possibly love to hear their comments and suggestions, and possibly love to hear the questions if they have any, or anything they might want to say, or any contributions that they might want to make on this particular match unfolding between Egypt and Senegal. Egypt in ball possession right now at the corner flank of the post. Back to Senegal. They have been dominant in this match. They're very comfortable with the ball, and they've been doing everything possible. Are they going to have a cross? No, holding on to the ball for now. Yes, Senegal is in possession again. Just at the edge, a quick 1-2. Oh no, he lost it again. Right into the legs of the Senegalese player and Egyptian, but a foul been given in favor of Egypt. Abuti, say 1-0 to Senegal. All right, thank you very much for that. If the goal line if the score remains to be 1-0, then you will definitely get a prize from Sierra Leone Media. So I will have to go back to that message and send you a message so that you can give us a postal address to have one of our memorabilias. It can be a mug, a t-shirt, a cap, or anything. Hey Murphy. You can definitely check YouTube. Maybe some YouTube channels are showing it, and that will be the only platform I will refer to right now, as that is where I'm also watching. But the only sad thing is you might be watching it on YouTube, or you might have a commentary that is being run by either one of these Arab countries or French. So that's the reason why I'm running commentary for those who have the opportunity to watch it, so that they'll be able to know exactly what is happening in a language that they understand. I can talk Creole if nobody can talk Creole, so not a problem at all. My English not good at the patch. That's a nice attack by the Senegalese team. Oh, it goes out again for a goal kick. No, it goes out for a throw in favor of Senegal. Like I said, for Senegal, it's not good enough. If you cannot secure yourself a goal at 69 minutes of the entire match being played, 30 more minutes to go for the match to officially finish, apart from extra time. Otherwise, we'll have to do 15 minutes half each, and we go into penalty shootouts. Is that what Egypt is playing for? I don't think so. But so far, so good. Senegal has dominated the match within the first half. Alright, thank you very much, Murphy, for enjoying the commentary. I know you're enjoying it, and I will do my best to give you more flavor when or if we have a goal from Senegal. Egypt is on the counter. One-on-one is a long pass all the way to Mo Salah, but lost it to the Senegalese defense, who is comfortably knocking the ball around in their own half. They've dominated the match so far, and they're doing extremely well. That's a long pass, and back in possession. Senegal has been in control, and the wing back is doing extremely well with that ball and struggles to get his way out of it. And he has secured himself a foul in favor of Senegal, who is now on the attack inside the half of the Egyptian side. Oh, leave the player alone. He tried everything to make sure that he gets away with that ball, but unfortunately, he stumbled along the floor and a foul has been awarded to him. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving on this match, and we've only seen 3 yellow cards, 2 against Senegal. One goes to the Senegalese captain who has been taken off, Koulibaly, and another one to another player, and then you have 1 yellow card. That was the first yellow card issued against an Egyptian player. Senegal in full control. Now in the midfield with the ball. They're knocking it around conveniently, making sure that they have full possession. So far, so good. I've only got one prediction by ABZT, who says Senegal is going to have a victory by 1-0. But I don't know when Leon Star will go Afcon again, because the next Afcon is going to take place in East Africa, a place that I would love to be. Unfortunately, I was supposed to be in Morocco, but I'm not there. Accreditation was issued about 3 weeks to the tournament, and I had plans in place to attend. Unfortunately, I didn't, based on few reasons beyond my control. But definitely will be in East Africa for the next African Cup of Nations that is going to be hosted by 2 nations. I think Tanzania and Kenya. I'm not too sure, but I'm 100% sure Tanzania is one of the host nations and another East African country. So basically, they hosted the home base Afcon last year, and I think it is just a preamble for them to be able to see what's the outcome of the tournament itself. I think this should be the first or second time it's going to East African countries, and Morocco has dominated the previous 2 Afcons, one of which was the WAFCON. That's the Women African Cup of Nations, which I attended again in Morocco 2 years ago, and they hosted it again last year, and of course they are now hosting the African Cup of Nations 2025, and that's a corner again. That's a nice volley blocked by Egyptian, and a half volley again goes all the way to the corner flank of the Egyptian goal for a goal kick. Senegal has been a dominant side on this particular match. And Senegal has to take their chances. They cannot afford to lose this match on penalties. They have to take their chances and take it well. Otherwise, you cannot allow Egypt to come back on this game and take a total dominance or take victory away from all the brilliance of the Senegalese side. Like I said, Senegal has been a good side, a better side on the pitch. And they haven't been the luckiest side yet, but they've been a better side on the pitch so far. And the way they are in control of the match has given them the confidence. Mo Salah has totally disappeared, nowhere to be seen, and he's definitely not been able to engage on the match so far. Egypt has 2 superb players that have not shown or deliver nothing for their country to be on the score sheet. That's a cross into the 18-yard box of Egypt, headed back out again by Sadio Mane. And yes, the ball is still in possession of Senegal, and they are knocking it around to make sure that they're doing the best they can in this particular match. So far, so good. Egypt is defending very well, and for their defense to be shaky, it has to take a lot more than what you expect. So if you're watching Shewajen Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and this is one of the most outstanding semi-final that we have seen so far, but yet there has not been any goal on both sides. Senegal has dominated the match so far, but still not been able to secure themselves a goal to give them victory on one of the outstanding semi-final matches that is going to be played today, followed by the most interesting one when you're going to see the likes of Nigeria playing host nation Morocco. Again, thank you very much. If you're just watching, you're just coming in, you're just tuning on to the channel, you're watching Shewajen Media Live as I bring you African Cup of Nations semi-finals between Senegal and Egypt. So we yet to know what will be the scoreline for this particular match. And so far, so good. Senegal has dominated the entire first and beginning of the second half. That's a cross. Well-deserved saved by the Egyptian goalkeeper. It's not an easy target to break into, but he has performed extremely well so far. He has made the line of defense for Egypt so difficult, and Senegal hasn't been able to break through at all. The Senegalese coach is worried. The Egyptian coach is not worried. He's a confused man at the moment, and he doesn't even know what is happening. He doesn't know what to do to change his side to perform well against a team that they've played against 2 years ago at the finals of the African Cup of Nations. Senegal has been in total dominance of the match. They're still in control of the match so far. About 76 minutes gone of the entire match. We only have a few more minutes to go officially to end the second half. And except if we have a late goal by any of these teams, we are going to go into extra time. Is that what the tournament is looking forward to? As we have an 18-yard shot. No, not taken. Senegal still in possession, just at the edge of the Egyptian half. A long drive shot blocked again. Yes, it's a goal! Finally, Sadio Mane! Senegal has taken the lead. Senegal has taken a brilliant lead by the man himself, the most talented and talisman of the Senegalese team, Sadio Mane. Right, now the game don't sit down, and now the game to play. But guess what? You should not rule Egypt out of it yet, because there is more to come. We definitely have about, 78 minutes gone, about 12 minutes more to play for. Is that going to be a spectacular 12 minutes by both teams that have struggled to secure a victory, and the victory is yet to be on the side of the great Sadio Mane's side? And that was a grand shot driven by him just at the edge of the 18-yard box of the Egyptian defense. And yes, it's Sadio Mane. The goalkeeper did not see it, nowhere to be seen. And that was definitely the first shot on target that goes directly into the best side of Sadio Mane, that has given his side a deservable win, a deservable goal that may stand for them to be in the final of the African Cup of Nations. That's Diouf. He doesn't take a seat. He doesn't have a rest. And he's always on the pitch supporting his home nation against one of Africa's best, Egypt. Well, the scoreline is going to change, as we all know. Senegal has taken the lead, and they are now leading by 1-0. Yes, it is 1-0, and Senegal has taken the lead by securing themselves a goal in the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. My scoreboard record has changed. 79 minutes gone. 10 more official minutes plus extra time to play for. And Senegal has taken the lead by Sadio Mane. Now, Egypt is now in control. Is Senegal going to sit back to hold on to it? So far on records as we stand, then I will say ABZT is about to win some memorabilia from Sierra Leone Media. And please don't forget to send us your contact details or send us a PV message on our messenger, and we'll be able to definitely take that on board and send you your own gift if you actually predicted the score to be 1-0 and it ends up to be a 1-0 victory in favor of Senegal. So far so good. Egypt is trailing, and they are only trailing for the next 10 minutes plus extra time to be added. Thanks, and we're yet to see what will be the outcome of this particular match. Thank you very much if you're just joining us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook. Now, Egypt is being very mindful. They've now been very careful not to concede another goal, but so far so good. So far so good. Senegal has taken the lead against the Pharaohs, and we're yet to see another outstanding 9 minutes more to play for. Like I said, Mo Salah has been silent all throughout this match. We haven't seen much of him at all. And unfortunately, the referee is not looking at that as a foul, as we have one of the Egyptian players on the pitch falling down for a foul to be awarded. Senegal is in possession again once more in the half of the Egyptian team. Are they going to drive into the 18 box? Yes, they do. Is he going to have a cross? Yes, they do. Still in possession, just over the bar. That's not a bet to try at all. Senegal, if you have the opportunity to take another chance, take it. Take it. Take it. Don't mess around with it, because Egypt are not joking at all. You don't have to rule them out. You don't have to underestimate them. That is a questionable foul, but it isn't. It looks like a push from the back. It looks like a challenge. Is it VAR connected? I don't think so. I think it's going to go for VAR, is it? I don't think so. It's not a VAR. Well, the referee is calling for the ball to be played. He wants the ball to be rolled on the pitch. Yes, substitution is taking place by the Egyptian team, and they've replaced another player either with a striker, and they've taken out the young player out, and that's a prolific striker that they've introduced into the match, and I know him for sure. It's Mohamed. He doesn't take chances at all. He's a deadly striker, and he has to be watched very carefully. So far, so good. Senegal has taken the lead, and Egypt is now trailing by 1-0. Can I have any more prediction on the chat? Is there any more prediction? Well, anybody that is going to predict the next thing now will have double prize. If you say 2-0, 1-1, 2-1, or penalty shootout, which I really don't want us to go into, then definitely Egypt is now on the attack on the left flank of the Senegalese side, one-on-one. Yes, nothing happens. It's going to be a goal kick. A corner kick is being awarded to Egypt. That is a spectacular one, because nobody was expecting it, because the Senegalese player saw the ball goes out on play and they were thinking it's going to be a goal kick. Well, somebody has sent a link. So if you're watching on the link, you can see somebody has sent the link for you to be able to watch the match by Mandal. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you very much once more again for giving people the opportunity to be able to watch the match while I'm talking. And thank you once more to Senegal for taking the lead. Like I said earlier on, we might have an all-out West African final this time around in Morocco, a North African host nation, that is going to be a spectacular 6 minutes more to play for in this gruesome, not gruesome, but in this very much interesting and characterized semi-final of the African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Senegal is making a substitution, and a player is coming out, and he's taking his time to walk off the pitch like he's going home from a restless journey. Well done, coach. Coach has done it again. As a player, he did it, and he's going to do it again as a coach, possibly one of the youngest, because he looks like somebody who's just in his early 40s or late 30s. And he has introduced another defender to come and defend this one goal ahead of Egypt, who you cannot give any chances, who you cannot underestimate, and who you believe and think can change the face of any football match in the split of a second. So definitely Senegal is not going to be able to take chances on this match, as we just have about 6 minutes to play for. Is it going to be an out-and-out West African final, or is it going to be an out-and-out North African final, or is it going to be a mixture of a West African and North African final? I would definitely want Morocco to still be on the pitch to play against, or maybe Senegal, but unfortunately, I want an out-and-out West African final at this particular tournament. To play against the Moroccans is not an easy task, so the second match is going to be one of the most challenging and difficult matches to watch. As Sadio Mane is on the pitch right now, rolling like he just lost one of his legs, but definitely he's going to get up soon and continue play. And the referee is not happy about him sitting on the pitch. Yes, no, definitely that's not a foul. The Egyptians are very good at complaining for foul being given to them, but this time around it's not happening at all. If you're just joining us, welcome to Sierra Leone Media Live. The Egyptians are not happy at the moment. They're all sad on the pitch, on the stand. They're not looking happy. They are not good looking. You can see all their pharaoh faces rising out of the pyramids of Egypt. That's a nice one-on-one, but definitely not. The goalkeeper came out to actually clear and is back on the feet of the Senegalese midfielder and lost it again. As Egypt is trying everything possible to get the ball right at the heart of the Senegalese midfield, and the Senegalese half, maybe inside their 18-yard box, and that's a one-to-one by Senegalese player, and lost it again on the flank. Well, it's looking good so far. Just about 4 minutes of the official time remaining apart from extra time. We don't know yet what is going to be the outcome of this particular one, as Senegal has now been on the defensive for the past 5 minutes, which is not a bad thing. That is what you expect on a match like this, because Senegal has to now defend their 1-goal lead by a team that you cannot underestimate in the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. They can be very deadly. They can be very decisive when it comes to the final half of the few minutes more to play. There is an Egyptian player on the floor. I don't know what he's complaining about. Maybe a cramp. Just like we have the Senegalese captain Koulibaly. Within the first 25 minutes of the match, he has secured his own exit. And that's a push. Oh, this is a dramatic scene. Again, the same thing happened earlier on with the Egyptian player against the Senegalese player in their own half, but nothing was awarded. This referee is not giving gifts at all. He's actually allowing the game to play, and he has issued a foul against Senegal just about a few yards away from the Egyptian 18-yard box. So far, so good. Senegal is leading by 1-0. 2 minutes of the official time to be played for, and Egypt is now in possession, and they have been in possession for the past 5 minutes of the game, and they haven't been able to secure anything other than just misses. And this looks like an interesting 2 minutes plus extra time to play for, and now Senegal is defending and defending with all they have. Is that going to be good enough for them? Yes, as Egypt is about to attack again for the next time in 2 minutes. That's a cross into the Senegalese 18-yard box and cleared out by Senegal all the way down to the halfway line. Egypt is in possession. If you watch the game played now, it's not the same game that you used to play, or that was playing within the past 80 minutes of the entire match. Senegal is always winning the first loose ball, and now that momentum has changed because Senegal is now defending, as we are now heading to the 90th official minutes of the match that has been played so far. And Senegal is defending well, and they're still defending extremely well against an Egyptian side that haven't been able to penetrate the Senegalese goal since the beginning of the first half, right up till now. A foul has been given in favor of Senegal right inside the 6-yard box of the Senegalese team, and Mendy, that's not Mendy, is the Senegalese defender on the floor. Possibly has been elbowed by the Egyptian striker, and he finds himself on the floor as he wants to keep the ball in play. So it's a foul being awarded to Senegal just inside their 6-yard box, and that's the goal once more. That's the strike, and that's the strike by Sadio Mane that secures them the victory as they are 1-0 ahead of the Pharaohs of Egypt. A very interesting match so far. Senegal has dominated the entire match, so it is very much likely that they deserve to be leading this particular match, and they deserve to be going to the final based on their performance. Like I said earlier on, is the performance, is the luck, and is the potential of any side to be able to deliver on the day is going to be the winning side. Senegal has proven to be the side that has delivered, and they've also got the sheer element of luck to go into the final 5-minute extra time of the decisive decision that is going to be made by the Senegalese team in support of the referee to call the whistle when the extra 5 minutes of the extra time is finished. So it's just about a minute late of the extra 5 minutes, so 4 more minutes to go as I give you a rundown minute after minute as we now go into the final 3 minutes of the extra time that has been issued by the match officials on the bench to secure Senegal a victory. Or one-on-one, that should be a handball, but the referee disallowed it, and the game continues to play, and Egypt is in possession, and again, defended well by the Senegalese midfielder, who is still in ball control and knocks it back to Mendy, and Mendy is about to do his spectacular clearance that goes all the way into the midfield and secured again by the Senegalese player. Senegal has lost it to Egypt. Egypt is going to make an attack once more, and they're driving it very hard into the Senegalese defense, headed out again by Senegal, back again into the feet of the Egyptians. But this time around, they are still trying, and another cross into the 18-yard box, and secured well by Mendy. So far, so good. Senegal has defended very well within the last 3 minutes, official 2.5 minutes of the extra 5 minutes being added into this second half, and Senegal is still taking the lead. That's a long kick by Mendy, and it goes all the way into the hands of the Egyptian goalkeeper. He knocks it back again down to the wing back, and the wing back is going to start it all over again. They're going to hold on possession for maybe a minute or two, if they can, and possibly, I will not say secure an equalizer, because this time around they're going to play for an extra 30 minutes, and I trust you, I don't want to be sitting down here for the next 30 minutes with my hands in my heart, with my heart in my hands, with my mouth screaming and shouting for a spectacular within the last minutes of Sadio Mane holding on to the ball and knocking it around, again push it to the corner for a throw in favor of Egypt. 2 more minutes of the official time to go. Egypt has just made a quick substitution for a number 9 striker to come in to see what sort of spectacular performance he's going to put up. Sometimes these players can be lucky, and you don't want to give them that sheer amount of luck to be able to make a difference in their introduction of the last minutes of the final segment of the semi-final of the African Cup of Nations between Senegal and Egypt, to be decided within the next 1 minute. Again, Egypt is in possession. They're knocking it around. They're knocking it around again on the left flank. What are they going to do with this? Sorry. Defended well by Senegal. And yet to see another spectacular happening. Yes, Egypt in possession once more. Egypt in possession in the midfield. They're knocking it around again. It's the final third, few more seconds to go. Egypt still in possession in the 18-yard box of the Senegalese team. And a strike straight into Mendy. That's it. That's the possible first attempts Egypt has ever had on goal. And again, it's been saved by the Senegalese goalkeeper. And we only have half a minute to go. 30 seconds on the clock for the official 5 minutes to end. And Senegal has taken the lead on the 80 minutes of the second half, and defending very well as well, not giving Egypt any chance at all to have any opportunity on this particular match, as the official 5 minutes is about to finish. Few more seconds left. No, play on referee says, thank you, referee. Thank you, referee. The referee is not going to give anything to nobody right now, as Egypt is doing everything possible to secure an equalizer, as the official 5 minutes of the extra time is over. 11 seconds, 16 seconds gone, 17 seconds gone, 18 seconds gone, 19 seconds gone, 20, 21. The whistle has finally gone. Senegal has taken the lead 1-0 and booked themselves a space for the African Cup of Nations final to be played this weekend in Morocco, Rabat to be precise. As you can see, a very exciting moment for Senegal. A very decisive moment for Senegal. Again, once more, they've booked their space into the African Cup of Nations final for the second time after the gap in between in Ivory Coast to play against either Nigeria or Morocco. Sadio Mane says, cool off, calm down, it's not over yet. We still have a task on ahead of us. Cool, chill. Don't make any decisive move at the moment. Relax. Don't celebrate. Don't do nothing extraordinary, as we're going to end as soon as we can to finish the semi-final of the African Cup of Nations between Egypt and Senegal. Unlucky for Egypt, I think they're going to be going home soon. It's not a long journey for them because they just live around the corner from Morocco. So as you all know, we're going to take a break. We're going to rest and come back at 8 for the other spectacular performance of Nigeria and Morocco, the host nation of the African Cup of Nations. So thank you very much if you're watching, and don't forget to join us back again around 8 o'clock this evening to continue with the other segments of the African Cup of Nations. So until next time, until the next hour, I'm going to be doing something quickly, and then I'll come back in an hour to continue and wrap up the remaining bits of the semi-final of the African Cup of Nations. So thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to send in your comments and suggestions, and make sure you follow us on Facebook and YouTube, as we're going to be having exciting programs coming up for you soon in the next couple of weeks to come. And don't forget that you're watching Sharajan Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. Until the next hour, I'll see you back again for the African Cup of Nations semi-finals between Nigeria and Morocco, the host nation. So bye-bye for now, and have a good evening.